This is the weekly client update, written, in voice, and ready to send in 6 minutes. A month ago, generating this exact same brief took 45. This efficiency comes from the Workspace itself. This is Claude Projects, a system designed for a one-time setup that pays continuous weekly dividends. While most tutorials explain how to start a project, we wanted to measure exactly what that setup is worth 30 days later. Standard stateless chat windows force you to start from zero every session. You spend the opening minutes rebuilding context, re-explaining your stack, and defining your standards. Our 30-day case study involved living inside one specific client project for 4 weeks and forcing every single deliverable through it. The underlying AI model stayed the same. The only variable that shifted was how much the system already knew by week 4. A project functions as a compounding asset, the mechanism most users fail to measure. The first structural layer is the standing brief. These instructions are written once and apply to every subsequent conversation automatically. You write this brief like a contract. You define the precise persona, the strict deliverable formats, the length limits, and the unbendable voice roles. The command doing the heavy lifting is the requirement to always check for and exactly match the patterns in your uploaded source files. The brief generates a first reply in a brand new chat that already matches the required tone and format without any specific prompting. While the brief dictates the voice and the rules, it requires a foundation of material to act upon. That material lives on the knowledge shelf. This requires the discipline of uploading only the files that establish patterns. This shelf holds 3 key items: a single perfect exemplar deliverable to copy, the brand voice guide, and the audience document. When you ask for a draft, the system mirrors the exemplar structure section for section, instead of relying on a generic guess. We maintained strict isolation by creating one separate project per client. This habit ensures that context from different projects never bleeds together. The shelf provides the unchanging truth of the work, but the system also needs to track your ongoing subjective decisions. That tracking happens through persistent project memory, the new capability this year that actively drives the compounding effect across all of your sessions. Subjective decisions, like a tone adjustment from week 1 or a section cut in week 2, carry across into completely separate chat windows. By week 4, you are editing final pass work rather than explaining the baseline. The first week requires corrections. The second week hits the pattern. A fresh chat session shows how these decisions persist. The AI preemptively references the metrics and formatting decisions you agreed upon a week prior. Compounding memory establishes the AI as a persistent collaborator. We return to the initial case study to anchor the 4-week experiment in a single metric. The time reduction is significant, moving from an original 45-minute cold start to a week 4 completion time of 6 minutes. The brief, the shelf, and the memory now hold the heavy context, stripping 39 minutes of friction out of the workflow. The verdict is clear. Claude Projects requires one 30-minute setup, which then hands back about 40 minutes of time every single week. The initial half-hour setup is the entire cost. Everything that follows is a continuously compounding return on your invested time. In our next episode, we look at the connectors that stick. We'll show what MCP actually looks like after a week of real-world use. Tell us in the comments which tools you want tested. We use those submissions to build future cases. We'll continue providing measured evidence of what these workflows look like in practice.